Detroit Lions mandatory minicamp kicked off today, and I cannot believe how close we are getting to the NFL season. After this week, we have one more week of organized team activities. That will be next week, and then after that, we are off for a month until training camp comes. And when training camp gets here, that is the official start of football, because we've got those 10 days or so, then a break, then the preseason, and then we are back. Today was a hot mess. Nothing like having a screw in your tire. I had to plug my tire. That's why the videos are scarce today, but we are here to get you this one. This is Minicamp Day 1 observations, and I did look at Pride of Detroit. They had a lot of different breakdowns, but I wanted a more streamlined for video's sake. Tim Twentyman did a phenomenal job, so we are going to look at a couple things that stand out. I will link the article per usual in the description, so I would suggest and recommend that you go read the whole thing. I'm just going to bring out a few points. This one, the first one, is very interesting, and I hope that this continues. Remember, we saw this kind of, I think it was going into the 2021 season, 2022 season, I'm sorry, when we drafted Hutch and Jameson Williams, how the defense was being dominant. But here's what Tim Twentyman had to say. Says, defensive day. The team went through a lot of situational periods Tuesday in the first day of mandatory minicamp practice, and it was also a heavy red zone day. I thought the defense had a heck of a practice and won the day. That is a rare but promising thing. This defense wants to get more hands on footballs and generate more turnovers. That is outstanding. Linebacker Jack Campbell had 2 interceptions off Jared Goff, 1 tipped. Safety Brandon Joseph had a red zone pick off Goff. And cornerback Khalil Dorsey had a pick 6 off backup quarterback Hendon Hooker. How much more of a playmaking defense the Lions are in 2024 is going to determine how much better the team of a team they can be overall. And I do agree with that I know I was talking about sacks a lot. I think sacks are a big deal, but I think turnovers you could argue could be more of a bigger deal. That if a pressure can also lead, it might not lead to a sack, but it could lead to a turnover. Both of them could lead to turnovers. You get a strip sack fumble, and if you get a pressure, you could get a interception or something like that. And it looked like they were having a straight pick fest when it comes to the defense today. Now, last year, Jared Goff was pick happy in the preseason, didn't play, or in minicamp and offseason, didn't play at all, not a snap in preseason, and then had a pretty good game against the Chiefs. It wasn't until, I think it was game 2 when that streak of that had carried over from 2022 of 9 consecutive games, 300 plus passes without an interception. So I'm not really worried about that. Hendon Hooker is one to keep an eye on, though. I did see that, I believe it was the Pride of Detroit article that I read. It could have been this one, that Hendon Hooker and Nate Sudfeld, the competition could be a lot closer than expected. And I'm going to keep it a buck. If the competition is close between Hendon Hooker and Nate Sudfeld, Nate is a veteran, but Hendon Hooker is a 3rd round pick, then we might need to go get an actual, like a backup quarterback that's ready. I know you guys are going to want to fight me on that, but that is my opinion. So here's what he had to say about the QBs. This could be where I got this from. Says, the team ran a 7-on-7 red zone drill to end practice. I love these, with each of the 3 quarterbacks getting 2 separate sets of 4 reps apiece. Here's how they finish. Goff, 3 of 8 with 2 touchdown passes to wide receiver Khalif Raymond. So good to have him back. He went 0 for 4 in his last rep with the first team offense and threw an interception that Campbell baited him into. Great from the second-year linebacker. It was a fine play by the second-year linebacker. I guess I got predictive memory. Hooker, 4 of 8 with touchdown passes to Raymond, running back Sione Vaki, and Maurice Alexander, I forgot he was on the team, and wide receiver Donovan Peoples-Jones. Linebacker Malcolm Rodriguez dropped an interception. Overall, Hooker tended to hold on to the ball a bit too long in the red zone drills and earned the ire of head coach Dan Campbell for taking a sack instead of throwing instead of throwing a ball away on one rep. That's just rookie. He got to get used to giving up the ball. Nate Sudfeld, who is trash, by the way. I'm sorry. No, I'm not. Nate Sudfeld is trash. 5 of 8 with 2 touchdown passes to wide receiver Caden Davis. And so it looks like he's playing like with the third team. Davis and 1-to-1 wide receiver Isaiah Williams. Don't be surprised. Here it is. Don't be surprised if the battle for the backup quarterback job in training camp is tighter than people think between Hooker and Sudfeld. And like I said just a few minutes ago, no way, no how. If I'm going to give Hendon some slack, this is not necessarily about Hendon Hooker. It's about having a backup quarterback who is ready, but is also capable of winning games. And this is, you got to look at Hendon Hooker as a rookie. This is his rookie season. Is he, as a rookie who is getting comfortable, going to be able, if by chance, which didn't happen last year, Goff did not miss a snap as far as I remember, and didn't miss a game, right? Let alone a snap. Can he come in and win us a game? We could have trusted Teddy Bridgewater to win a game. We cannot trust Nate Sudfeld. He can't even beat the second team, right? So this could be, somebody mentioned a name. They sent me a direct message, said I should make a video about this guy, and I might. Yeah, I might. But might we have to invest in another quarterback? I'm just saying. Don't shoot me. I'm just the messenger. But we've been hearing a lot of good things about this pick right here. Sione Vaki. Here's what he had to say about him. Says the rookie running back had a couple of nice touchdown catches Tuesday, one on a screen pass and the other on a diving reception at the goal line that earned some oohs from his fellow teammates. That's fantastic. You dive in like minicamp. That's fantastic. Vaki is going to get a lot of run on special teams, but one area that has stood out to me so far this spring is his playmaking potential in the pass game. He's got great hands. It's something to continue to monitor come training camp. And again, we only have a few more days of this. Dan Campbell got in front of the media today. I really wanted to talk about that press conference. Maybe we'll talk about it tomorrow, but yesterday's price ain't today's price. Yesterday's news ain't today's news. You feel me? So we might have to move forward. It's what happens when you got to take care of real life. But this is outstanding. This guy has been turning a lot of heads leading up to this activity today. We have 2 more, and then I can't wait to see him in the preseason. I'm excited about the preseason because the preseason is, we know who our starters are on offense. We pretty much know who they are on defense as well, but it's those extra guys. It's those guys trying to make the tail end of the 53 and the practice squad. You know what's funny is a few years ago, back in 2019 and 2020, the practice squad wasn't really a big deal. I think COVID kind of changed because the number of players increased. I think it went from either 12 to 16 or 14 to 16. And I don't know, man, it just became more intriguing as the practice squad became a thing. Like, it had been a thing, you know what I'm saying? But it became more intriguing. So now and I think one of the reasons too is Dan Campbell said, like, these guys are an extension of the team. So if we need to call on them, we have to be able to trust. I mean, like, they're not just throwaway guys, right? They're guys who can step up if need be when their name and number is called, right? So let me know what you think. How do you feel about it? And again, go read the article. There's some stuff about St. Brown and people who weren't there and blah, 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 which is normal because some of them had some things going on. But let me know what you think. But when it comes to Jared Goff, are you troubled by minicamp picks? No, I'm not. I'm fine now. Remember how after year 1, we were worried about Jared Goff fumbling the ball. After year 2, we were wondering, are we going to extend him? Is he the guy of the future? Then we take Hendon Hooker. And now I myself am not worried. Like, I was never worried. The only time when it came to Jared Goff that I questioned anything was back in the first season when Dan Campbell looked like he had enough. And Jared was this close to getting pulled. I mean, we didn't have anybody better. We had Tim Boyle and David Blau, which is probably why he didn't get pulled. If we had a better quarterback, we probably, like a backup quarterback, he probably would have got pulled. What do you think about Vaki? Are you excited to see him? I know I am. And what do you think about Hendon Hooker or the defense? What do you think about the defense? Do you think, I think in 2022, we kind of got okey-doked a little bit. I think we got okey-doked a little bit. That was the Malcolm Rodriguez year, the James Houston year. And this is no disrespect to James or Malcolm, but when 2 6th-round picks are the stars of your team in training camp and preseason, that is kind of an issue. Like, that should have told us. I mean, Aiden was doing his thing, but everybody in between. You had Kirby Joseph. That was that year. So we had some guys, but when that should have told us that maybe the defense wouldn't be what we thought it was going to be. But I tell you what, if this defense can stop this offense, we might be in store for a pretty good defense. And this is without like DJ Reader and all those guys. So I'm excited. Preseason, you know what? I was going to say preseason can't get here fast enough, but preseason can take as long as they want. It is summer. My kid is out of school. Finally, he don't have to complain about that anymore. I get to enjoy the summer, continue my weight loss journey. I don't know if you guys could tell, but I'm about to take a moment and I'm about to pat myself on the back like I do so often, right? I have lost 15 pounds since the NFC title game. I had no idea how plump and juicy I was. You know what I'm saying? And then one day I just said, enough is enough. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but I've slimmed down in the face and body fat percent has gone down drastically as well. My goal right now, I weigh and I know this didn't turn into my 600-pound life, but right now I weigh 193.9. My goal is to get down to about 170, 175, shred fat, add muscle, get lean. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I feel good. I'm happy the summer is here because that means that we can enjoy outside and we can get ready for football. So let me know your thoughts on Minicamp day 1 observations. Don't forget we have day 2 and day 3 as well. I'll leave you guys with this. I found something today that I applied for a sponsorship, right? I've been thinking a lot about sponsorships and how some people don't have them. They do kind of subsidize YouTube income and everybody should have some type of sponsorships, but it should be people that they can trust and items that they can promote, that they really can get behind. I saw something today that I applied for that I think you guys are going to love. It's a wearable piece of, it's wearable. I'll put it like that. And it has to do with our team, but it's not a piece of clothing. I'll leave you with that. And if I get approved, I'm excited because I think there's another YouTuber that might have what I'm talking about. I'm going to reach out to him and see where did he get it from, but I'm excited, man, because, anything for the Lions, man. Just a lot of my stuff is probably going to be stuff that I use or so, but I'll never promote something I don't use. But, I've had to really debate about that, whether I wanted to really push sponsorships and stuff that I couldn't get behind. But I would love to get one with Game Time and Ridge Wallet. I'm looking into them as well. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you own a Ridge wallet and would you recommend one? This video is all over the place, but when you're only making one a day, you can kind of get it all out your system. Right, I almost forgot. This is important to me. First of all, shout out to all my members. I really do appreciate you, but I want to give a special shout out to these 10 right here. Adam, these are my Syndicate director members. Adam Carver, he got his 3-month membership. So you should have a new badge. I did not download it, so I can't show you. But I'll do that in tomorrow's video. Shout out to Spencer Smothers, 3-month Syndicate director. Stanley Miner, 3-month as well. Steve K, 3 months. My memberships have been active for 3 months, so they've been members for 3 months. Master Chief with his 1-month badge. Appreciate you. Super Speed, 1 month. Troy AF, 1 month. J Love, 1 month. Seth Floyd, he had 2 months, and Christina Ramona Rossi with 1 month. And thank you to all my executive members and my recruit members. I appreciate you as well. And if you haven't heard, okay, and you're wondering what is he talking about when it comes to what is he going to do, all right? If you're trying to watch a Lions game during the season and you live out of market and you ain't trying to pay for YouTube TV, then check out my perks for my memberships. But you guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. I'm done now. And as always, go Lions.